I got my mic hooked up and we'll see if it works. Yeah, we'll see if it works. I really don't have much to talk about today. I mean, I had a pretty solid day today. It is my day off today. My big stress relief. Looking for a car for my kid. I'm not a mechanic. I don't I don't know too much about cars. I know like little basic things, like I could change oil. I mean, if I really wanted to, I could probably figure out how to change the brakes, but like, obviously change a tire, but like, I don't feel comfortable getting down inside an engine and replacing parts. Um, Maybe if I had like an extra car or something, but like the primary car that I need to get back and forth to work, I don't feel comfortable working on, especially like the newer cars. And that's my brothers, my dad, like they all know how to fix cars. They love fixing cars. It just never interests me. I always thought to myself, what's the point? I always seen like technology getting better and better, and I felt like even if I knew how to fix cars and diagnose problems and whatever, and get in there and figure it out. I mean, honestly, I probably could if I got a phone, take pictures of each step, and then just like take the part out, and then. But like complicated things, I don't want to do that crap, and I don't feel confident anyway. But I always felt like it was pointless for me to learn, and especially seeing that like there's self-driving cars coming out that are electric, can't fix that. I mean, you can't be a repairman, like a classic repair guy trying to fix that crap nowadays. So. And they're getting more and more sophisticated. So like the days of just like having that general knowledge of like, you ain't a man because you don't know how to fix cars. Well, that's gonna be gone soon. They're gonna be too complex to fix. Like hypothetically, even if I can afford a Tesla, which I would love to have a Tesla, but besides like changing a tire or something like that, like I'd have to take that into the dealership if something went wrong. But so basically, like looking for used cars is such a pain to me, because I have a little bit of knowledge. I test drove it for him to see like how the transmission was doing. It seemed like I have a good understanding like how a good transmission should feel. At least I think I do. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a car expert, but I know more than he does anyway. But like I feel like it was a pretty solid car. I'm happy he's got a car. Got it on his own. Worked his butt off to get it on his own. And that's like a big stress relief. And then I went and bought myself a bicycle. I haven't had my own bicycle. Oof. Man, I haven't had my own bicycle probably since I was a kid. Since I was like 19, I think. Since I was like 19, honestly, like a kid. I bought bikes for my kids, little BMX bikes, which when they stopped riding them, so I was riding them, and I was too big for them. I kind of like broke them a little bit, but like. So I got myself a little like some like a it's got gears to shift. I haven't figured that out, and it's like a mountain type bike. I was looking at a little cheap one at Walmart. Yes, I got it at Walmart. And I decided to get like instead of the $100 one, I was like, hey, I'm gonna get a better one. I'm gonna get myself a $300 bike. So I took that out riding, and it feels like the tires are flat, like they need air, but it's because the shocks are so good on it. Some getting used to, like, cause you know when you stand up and pedal and it kind of, you know, it's like, oh, you feel like the tires are deflated, but you know, it was freeing, kind of some extent, to when you get on the open road and you move somewhere else, and you know, like it's one of the big things that I like to do. And this town reminds me of like when I felt at home in Carlton, Michigan, with my ex. When I was living with my ex, I used to take my kids' BMX bikes and just put the headphones on and just go down country roads, just ride down country roads, and it's so fun to me. And I did that today a little bit. And there's hills here, and I'm a little bit out of shape, so, but you know, it was a good time. I had a good time doing it, and that's something that I'm gonna do more of. I want to ride my bike more. You know, I got a couple of backpacks with the water tubes. They hold water, like a water pouch in there. And I just ordered me like a bicycle kit. You know, it's got the basic tools, like your tire gets deflated, it has a pump. What's kind of funny is like I've never seen spouts how my bike has a Prista, like, and I was like, what the heck is this? So like I went and got a different pump, and it's kind of a regular pump. You have to go in there and you unscrew the nozzle, and then I guess like you pull the insides out and you turn them around, and then you can use the Brista, or I might be saying it wrong. It's supposed to be for like thinner rims or whatever. That's why they put the spout on there like that. It's not like the old, like, thicker. Anyway, so like it was, I never knew about that, and I had to go up on YouTube and search it, and yeah, because I want to have that pouch when I take longer bicycle rides into the country, and I got the backpack, and you know, I'm good to go, where I'm just like, take a long 3 hour, 4 hour. There's a lake by me, you know, it's probably like 5 miles away. You know, it'd be cool to just, you know, one of my days off, just go ahead and take the bike out there, and got plenty of water, and if something happens with my bike, I can try to fix it a little bit. You know, I got a flat tire. One cool thing I did order too, I ordered a couple of cool things, and I might hang it on the wall, is I got a Viking sword. Swords are really cool. I've always liked swords. So I ordered the Viking sword, and it looks sweet. And then I ordered a Rambo knife, because I wanted to have a knife with me that, in case, it's for self-defense purposes. I always, you know, like, I'm out here hiking. I was out here hiking, like, I don't know, last weekend or something. It's not really hiking. It's kind of like a walking path, but I'm basically in the woods, not too far from town. But I was coming back, and there was only like, I was coming back. Like I went out, and then I don't want to go too far into the like thick grass, because we do have rattlesnakes here in Missouri, but I don't want ticks on me either. So I don't go into too thick of grass. I'll be doing more. I'll probably do like YouTube videos in the woods when it starts getting like nicer out to me, like fall. You know, when all the bugs start, like, they're not out as much. It's a little bit chillier, and I'll be going out. I got that huge knife in case, like, hopefully I don't encounter no bear, but, and you know, maybe if there's some kind of, but anyway, like, I was coming back, and I seen two, like, it was far away, and I seen two dogs just come out of, looked like the woods. And I'm heading back to civilization, and I'm just like, what the hell is that? That, like, they didn't look like coyotes, they looked like regular dogs from far away, but I didn't see no humans. And then like, so I'm sitting here like, still walking forward, prepared like, oh man, I'm gonna have to fight these dogs. So I'm, walking and looking for like a big stick or something because I had nothing on me. Just went out for a walk to, you probably seen some of my videos recently. Um, but now when I go out and do those types of things, I'm gonna have this big knife. It's like a big Rambo knife. It's got like probably like an 8-inch blade on it. So yeah, but anyway, like a human came out, and the owner of the dogs, and I even told him, I was like, I thought I was gonna have to fight those dogs. It was good. I didn't even see you. Like, he was like, yeah, you get ahead of me, but like, it felt pretty good. It felt really good to take the bike out, cruise around like the local college here, and that's something that I really like to do with my time and spare time, is just put some tunes on and then just go riding, because I like to be active, and it kind of gives me like a freeing feeling, going and explore, because I like to explore. Here's the thing is, I like to explore, but I feel like I'm always I don't have enough funds to really do the things that I want to do. I always feel like I have to be limited to what I can do. I always have to be like, I'm always having like, my belt is always tight, you know what I mean, with money. Like, I'm a tightwad, and if I wasn't, then I would be fucked. So yeah, so typically that feeling that I felt, just going out cruising with my bicycle, would be like a guy going cruising with his motorcycle. That's that freeing feeling. And I think that like, that's something that more people should probably, I think that people are too stuck in their day-to-day routines, and there was no destination. I was even breaking out the GPS to see what's ahead of me, to see like what roads are ahead of me, when I don't know where I'm at, and I know where like town is at. I can easily turn around, but I'm trying to like go to different places and see, because I'm like going down dirt roads and everything like that. So like it was pretty cool experience. And like, and I'm thinking about taking like a 20-mile trip one of these days. That's why I bought the bicycle stuff and repair kit and pump, when I want to take a big long trip. But it's that freeing feeling of there's not a destination, and it's just like, I'm not constrained. I'm not just sitting at work. I'm not sitting in a car. I'm not sitting, that's it. I feel like financially, this country, it feels like we can't do anything. And another thing too, I was like, man, I'm going like really, really fast on the bike, right? Like going down some of these hills. Another thing, I was like, what if I get hurt? I never had that, I never really thought about that with riding bikes. Like, what if they didn't put this together right at Walmart, and something goes loose or something happens, and then I go flying, and I get hurt, and then I have to pay, maybe I have to miss work, and that's what sucks, is feeling like, back in the old days, I think that boomers were more free to, and they probably, you know, if they got hurt, they would be screwed. But like, I don't think that like they had to worry too much about huge hospital bills like we do now. So like, that's a huge reason why people don't want to go do anything, because there is that risk of you getting hurt. Like, I mean, there's older people that ride their bikes and stuff like that. It's not really I see people all riding bikes, but it's just like, that's such a like an average thing, you know what I mean? And I think that a lot of people just don't even think about it, or like they might just use it just as a means of transportation, but they don't, maybe they use it as exercise, but they don't think of it as like exploring and, I don't know. I'm just weird, I guess. It just seems like things that were normal when I was growing up just aren't as normal now. Like, it's less than, like how kids don't go outside and play anymore. They're always inside. When I was growing up, I've seen a lot. Like, I would be outside a lot when I was a kid. Honestly, I did both. I was inside and outside, but I was outside a lot. And what would be considered nerdy back when I was a kid is popular right now, is mainstream, is what the kids are into. Like, a lot of these kids just spend all their time on the video game. And those kids that did that when I was growing up, they were the ultra nerds. Like, there were some, like, they said, whether they're playing a video game all day or they're reading books, they were inside. They weren't going out and actually like doing things, playing chess, whatever, playing some instrument. I don't know, playing clarinet or something. But like, they weren't. I think that people understand what I'm talking about. And I'm not saying that there isn't people out doing things, but it just seemed like even the adults when I was younger, like, even if they worked full-time jobs, they would still be out. Like, I'm sure there's softball leagues, but like, I remember there being like a lot of like beer leagues when I was growing up. And I'm not saying that there isn't, it just seems like there's less of this stuff, and I think that like, we have to balance. I think that like the internet is good. Like, I am not anti-technology, but I think that we have to balance it, with getting out and doing things ourselves, and participating in the digital reality as well. I'll put on a podcast or a video, and I'll do something, like I'll do the dishes or something like that, or something that I gotta do. But there's a lot of information that we're getting nowadays, and I think that people are missing the aspect of in person. That's why I like the town I'm in. I think that we're newbies here, so like, kind of just like, we're not like extroverts, so we'll fit in. I could fit in anywhere, but me personally, I would still be looked at like, because I'm not that typical man where I like to work on cars and go fishing. Like I can go fishing, but I just for fishing for me would it be like, because I don't like to eat fish. The only fish I like is like tuna, but I would just like throw it back, and it just doesn't really do anything for me. Maybe when I get to be older, I'll like it. Maybe, and I was thinking about this too, like with golf, and so that might be something that I get into as well. Like, I can't do the things I used to be able to do. I like to throw the football around or whatever like that, but like I can't go out there and play tackle football, or I can go and play basketball, but like I can't afford to get hurt. You know what I mean? So I have to say, what I'm trying to say is like we can't just sit down and be sedentary. We have to like get out and do things. And there's people that are like completely anti technology, which is fine. They can be anti-technology and don't have it part of any of their life or anything like that. And then there's people on the other side who they're just about technology and they're just in the digital reality constantly. But I think that we can balance both. And I see a lot more people, in the digital world now. So it's a balance, and one more thing before I go, because I don't really have anything else to talk about. It's kind of like a whatever video. I lost my train of thought. Let me see if it will come back what I want to talk about. Yeah, I don't. The big beautiful bill passed today, so that's gonna happen. Trump's gonna sign it, obviously. I'm not happy about the debt that's being added. I just feel like it's more important to seal our border and solve our immigration problem right now. And I'm not worried about the midterms. I don't, I'm saying, like, if people are gonna sit here and look at Trump like he's a Nazi when he's trying to fix the country, and they want to go for social, then you know what? Then they go for it. Like I don't know what to say. I look at the Republicans and they aren't. I look at them as weak. I wish they would be a little bit more stronger, a little bit more firm, and be more on offense instead of like backpedaling to the Democrats. The people that get affected from, as far as I know, from like losing their Medicaid or whatever, or their food stamps, are the people who are able-bodied people who refuse to work, or people who commit fraud, or illegals. There's supposed to be like a 1.4 million people who are illegals that are on Medicaid. That's ridiculous, because I'm an American citizen. I make too much to be on Medicaid, and I don't make enough to have single-payer health insurance. So it's kind of hard for somebody like me to have empathy, honestly, for people who are demanding entitlements. Now, when you're on welfare, you have to understand that it could be shut off tomorrow. Could be shut off tomorrow, and at some point we won't have the debt. Essentially, that's what keeps it going, is entitlements for people. We won't have the debt. We won't be able to acquire more debt to be able to keep welfare going for some people. So like, people should, if they're on welfare, they should be looking to get off of it. If you're on disability, that's one thing. Like disability, elderly people and kids. But if you're an able-bodied person If you're a woman that's thinking about having, like, leaving her husband and going on welfare or something like that, or like doesn't like the guy she procreated with, and she's like, that stuff needs to end, because that's bullshit. I understand, like, there's like a safety net for women, but like, I think that too many people are taking advantage of this system. And they've got complacent, they've gotten comfortable, they can go to Taco Bell now, they can get, I've seen, like, what is it, Wingstop. I've never even been to Wingstop. And then they gotta go to Wingstop and use, you know, their benefits that are given to them. So, you know, that's supposed to be on the states anyway. So I you know, and they're talking about rural hospitals closing. Why are these hospitals closing? I don't get it. Like, what? They charge out the ass anyway. So why are they relying on federal aid to keep them afloat? I don't get that shit. You know, I don't want rural hospitals to close. There's a rural hospital, you know, I have a rural hospital. Hopefully that shit don't close, but like, why are they relying on federal funds to stay afloat? They should make plenty of money off of insurance companies. They charge out the ass anyway. Like, what's the problem? Oh, you guys don't know how to manage your fucking bills. Just like everybody, like, people just don't know how to manage their shit. I really probably should run a business, like, honestly, but I just don't want the, you know, honestly, like, a couple more minutes. I got 3 more minutes till I get 30 minutes on this video. My dream job would be to run, I know it sounds weird, to be a general manager of a major sports team. Obviously, it's never going to happen for NBA, NHL, NFL, or Major League Baseball. But I think it could happen. The best chance for me to be able to be a GM ever would be in the WNBA. I think, because it doesn't cost that. These franchises don't cost that much. So hypothetically, maybe somebody watches my video and they're like, oh, that's a good idea. You know, like, hey, let's try your idea out. I like to wheel and deal. The thing is, like, wheeling and dealing and making deals and selling things to people, I don't like to, like, you know, like Facebook marketing or Craigslist. I don't want to meet strangers that I have no, like, I don't know you, you don't know me, and I don't know if you're trying to get one on me. I'd rather just, like, I wish I could trade my baseball cards. Like, I wish I could trade those and trade my lesser ones and get better, you know, have, if you're starting a collection, try to get, like, the best that you can instead of getting quantity, get quality. That's the best bet I can say. Even if like you only have one, it's better to spend a bunch of money on one card than a bunch of money on like a bunch of lesser than cards. So anyway, that's gonna be it for the video, and I want to see if this microphone really worked out pretty well. But take it easy.